Hi guys, welcome back to another video. It's been a while since I put up a video. I've just been super busy this summer. Things really got busy on me. Probably much busier than I'd like, but however, we're on the other side of it now. Things are slowing down big time, getting slowed down, getting finished up for the season. So I've got a bit more time on my hands, and been been super fun on the farm this summer. A lot of people through. We had our 9-day regenerative agriculture design course training with Richard on the farm here, and that was really cool. Got to meet loads of people from all over the world. Some really cool projects going on. We've been running other trainings, lots of tours, and yeah, just a fun time. There's definitely time for me to slow down. I've actually been taking it a lot easier this last couple of weeks. I've taken some time doing some fishing, just trying to catch a breath and figure out where I want to go forward from here. So first job I've been at this week was harvesting some honey, so let's go and check that out. Just down here at my dad's farm, I've got 3 hives in production here. So I've already cleaned them down. So I've put what they call, I think it's a bee escape or a bee port, and it's a little guy like this here, and it's got 2 little pieces of steel, so the bees can only go one way. So I basically moved down the crown board and put these guys in, so that way the bees come down out of the supers and they can't get back up. That gets most of the bees out, and then I just use the air blower to blow out the last of them and pop them in. So there's 6 supers here. There's still some supers on the hives. I can't take them all off together, so what I'll do, I've taken over half of them, and then I'll spin these, and then I'll take some what they call wet supers and I'll put them back on, because the bees still need space and they've still got IV to take in. So I'm just taking just over half the honey off the bees, and we'll spin these out and then take the other half and put these in their place. This is my honey extraction setup. I do it in this container because I can wash down pretty easy. I use a manual honey extractor because it's what I have, but it's very simple. You can put 4 supers or 2 brood frames in here at a time, and it spins them around. Then down here, get this off. I need 2 hands here. And it goes through a sieve. It's a pretty fine sieve into a collection chamber, and you can hold quite a bit of honey in there. I think it's 30 litres that holds, and then you've got a faucet there. So I normally fill this up and then lift it up, and I'll put it into buckets, and I'll fill up my buckets. For decapping, it's just a tank. I rest my frames up here. I'll use either decapping fork or a knife, depending on my preference. And normally when I'm decanting from the drum into the buckets, I will use, this is a double sieve again. It doesn't filter, it's not a real fine filter, but it takes out any particles that I don't want in there, but just pollen and all that will still stay in there. And that's my basic process. I've got half my supers here, so we'll just start pulling them, uncapping them, spinning them, and get through it. Here we've got some good quality. These are actually brood frames. This box is about 30 kilos. It's quite heavy. That's why most beekeepers are smart and they use the smaller super frames. You can see they're much thinner, therefore there's not as much weight in them. I just was running short and super, so I put on this brood box and it is caked full of honey. So these are a little bit slower because I can't get as many into the extractor, but we'll just have to plug away at them. So I've been preferring to use the fork here, and very simply just go in underneath and lift. It's the least destructive. There's loads of different ways you can take off the wax. This is what I like the most. You can melt it off. I'm not so keen on that, but it's really fast. I'm not really that good a beekeeper. If I was better, I would have much better honeycomb that I could use the knife. The knife just doesn't work great for me because my honeycomb's a bit uneven. So this works pretty quick. I just want to make sure I've got every cell open. I just really want to take the wax and not as much honey, because the other thing why I don't want to melt the wax is because the wax is actually pretty valuable to me, because we make lip balms with the wax here. So I'm trying to capture as much of the wax as possible. So I just make a big pile of our wax, and this is a honey catching tank, so I'll spread this around for maybe a week or so to let all the honey drip down in here. We'll harvest that honey and then we'll take the wax and we'll make some lip balms from that into my honey extractor. Again, this is what I have. I would much prefer an automatic extractor. This is a tangential extractor, so you got to spin them all one way, flip all the frames, spin them the other way. It's not a radial. But at this point in the day I'm almost finished. I could put a drill on here or automate this, but in reality I do about 2 days a year spinning honey, so I can't justify spending anymore. So here comes some of the beautiful stuff. I've just switched my egg packing center or my egg packery into a honey packery. So I keep my lids and my glass on this side. I let my honey settle in a bucket and then just fill this with my scales. And I typically fill a jar, label it, lid it, label it, get it all sorted out while another jar is filling. And then we store our honey up over here. And some of our beautiful honey. It's a little bit slow, but I just put on some music and go at it. I don't do enough honey to justify getting any fancier automated honey filling kit, so I just plug away at this. It'll take me a couple hours and we'll get it done. I've got these two egg press vent machines. I picked them up from a friend of mine up 2 years ago. I had a plan to use them, and I don't think I'm going to actually use them now. These guys, they're a bit over 10 years old I think, but they've been in here for the last 2 years and they've been kept under cover before that. They're in pretty good nick. I remember looking at the time, that was 2 years ago. It was like 5 grand for a new one of these. It's probably more like 7 grand now, I'd say. And I probably going to be happy to part with these. If anyone wants to make me a decent offer on them, I'll let them go. And they're perfect inside, working. I was just checking them out, they're still working there. And these are perfect for someone starting out. Run this for 2 or 3 years, you'll make yourself the money to buy a brand new one, no problem. I don't really need them in my situation. I thought maybe I'd need them. My honesty boxes work fine, so anyone wants some good quality vent machines, hit me up.